जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। आ जाइए। गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीर वन चारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। पिता पिता हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री राधा। Hare Krishna. So we will read one verse from Srimad Bhagvatam, then we will go to the presentation. Is it visible? Okay. ओके विजुअल है, छोटा कर दे और बड़ा। ओके। श्री भगवान उवाच वरं मृळिध्वं भद्रं वो जूयं मे नृपनन्दना सौहार्देना पृथग् धर्मा तुष्टोऽहं सौहृदेन वः। श्री भगवान् उवाच परं वृणीध्वं भद्रं यो जूयं मे नृपनन्दना सौहार्देना पृथग् धर्मा तुष्टोऽहं सौहृदेन वः। श्री भगवान् उवाच वरं वृणीध्वं भद्रं वो जूयं मे नृपनन्दना सौहार्देना पृथग् धर्मा तुष्टोऽहं सहृदेन वः श्रीभगवानुवाच श्रीभगवानुवाच परं हृदं भद्रं वो मे नृपनन्दना सौहार्देन पृथक् धर्मा तुष्टोऽहं सहृदेन वः माताजी श्रीभगवानुवाच वरं वृणीध्वं भद्रं वो जूयं मे नृपनन्दना सौहार्देन पृथक् धर्मा तुष्टोऽहं सहृदेन वः. We will read the word-to-word meaning, translation, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Varam, benediction, Vrinidhvam, ask, Bhadram, good fortune, Vah, of you, Yuyam, you, may, from me, Nripanandana, O sons of the king, Sauhardena, by friendship, Aprithak, non-different, Dharma, occupation, Tusta, pleased, Aham, I, Shahridena, by friendship, Vaha, of you. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me. Purport. Since the sons of King Prachin Barhisat were all united in Krishna consciousness, the Lord was very pleased with them. Each and every one of the sons of King Prachin Barhisat was an individual soul, but they were united in offering transcendental service to the Lord. The unity of the individual souls attempting to satisfy the Supreme Lord or rendering service to the Lord is real unity. In the material world, such unity is not possible. Even though people may officially unite, like sometimes, like we are here officially uniting. Not? And the people is saying, no, we are not officially uniting. We are uniting in spirit also. That's good news. So, even though people may officially unite, they all have different interests. They all have different interests. In the United Nations, for instance, all the nations have their particular national ambitions. And consequently, they cannot be united. Disunity between individual souls is so strong within this material world that even in a society of Krishna consciousness, members sometimes appear disunited. Sometimes, maybe many times also. Prabhupada is quite positive. But we see many times. Due to their having different opinions. Different opinions. The word Prabhupada is opinions. Mat. Different opinions and leaning toward material things. There's 2 points Prabhupada is mentioning. One is different opinions and second, leaning toward material things. Actually, in Krishna consciousness, there cannot be 2 opinions. There is only one goal. What is the goal? To serve to one's best ability. Not more than that. So Krishna doesn't expect that we serve him more than our best capacity. Whatever capacity Krishna has given us, we just serve to that capacity. That's all. If there is some disagreement over service, such disagreement is to be taken as spiritual. Those who are actually engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, actually engaged, the word Prabhupada is saying, actually engaged. He could have said that those who are engaged in the, what is saying word? Actually engaged. Those who are actually engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sometimes people may be engaged but not actually engaged. There will be a difference between engaged and actually engaged, because actually engaged means your purpose is, intent is involved. It's clear intent. Intention to serve Krishna and no other intention also. Anya abhilasita shunyam. Cannot be disunited in any circumstance. This makes the Supreme Personality of Godhead very happy and willing to award all kinds of benediction to his devotees, as indicated in this verse. Many of you want benediction from Krishna. Every one of us. So we have to do very simple thing. What? We have to remain united like prachetas. See, then Krishna is very happy and he will give us what? Benediction, as indicated in this verse. We can see that the Lord is immediately prepared to award all benedictions to the sons of King Prachin Barisat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachari निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So very important verse. Srila Prabhupada is speaking on the friendship among devotees. What benefit we get, how it pleases the Lord. We all want to please Krishna. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that those who spread his message of Bhagavad Gita, he is very dear to Krishna. He says no one in the past was more dear, nor will be in the future also. So this shows that, is it okay? English or Hindi is okay? What language everyone is comfortable? How many of you cannot understand Hindi? Okay, one devotee. Two devotees cannot understand. How many of you cannot understand English? One devotee. Very. Hindi? कितने लोग? इंग्लिश में समझने में दिक्कत होती है। बहुत सारे भक्त। ओके, क्या करें? पीछे ट्रांसलेशन चलेगा? जो हिंदी में सुनना चाहते हैं उनके लिए पीछे ट्रांसलेशन होगा. Antardip Prabhu is saying. Some devotee is there. Who is there? Yeah, Prabhu will translate to all of you. So one thing which pleases the Lord very much is preaching. Preaching, that's why Srila Prabhupada said preaching is the essence. So, Prabhupada also liked very much this. What makes ISKCON different from other organizations is one of the unique thing is preaching spirit in ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada has given that so much emphasis on preaching. The missionary spirit. Why? Because that's what is coming in parampara. Lord Chaitanya himself said that Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh hamara gyay guru haiya tare desh. Some devotees were not very much eager to preach. One story we know that about Sarang Thakur. Sarang Thakur was not very enthusiastic for preaching. Apparently, it appears like that. Of course, he was having full of compassion, but to perform the Leela. So Lord Chaitanya came to him and said, I want you should preach also. You should make some disciple. So he said that no one is qualified to become disciple. Who is qualified to become disciple? In in Kali Yuga. Huh? Lord Chaitanya said, I don't want to hear that. No excuse. I want, you have to preach, you have to make disciples. This is my order. And order must be executed at any cost. Okay? Because it's your order, I must comply with the order. So he decided, he said that whomever I will see tomorrow, whomever, the first, anybody, even if not the soul, anybody, if I will see tomorrow morning, first person I will initiate. Because it's your order. Amar agyaya guru haya tare des. Amar agyaya. Agya is very important word here because the Vaishnavas, they never feel qualified to deliver any souls because they feel that they themselves are not delivered. So how they can deliver others? So that's why Agyaya word is very important. Even Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji is saying that Prabhu Ragya Bhai Magiyai Bhiksha Bhajo Krishna Bolo Krishna Karo Krishna Siksha. See, this is the feeling of Nityanand Prabhu. Nityanand Prabhu is saying that I am begging to all of you. Beggar. Preacher is a beggar. जय श्री श्री राधा माधव ललिता विशाखा जी की जय, श्री श्री जानकी वल्लभ लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय. So preacher is a beggar and at the same time preacher Magyai Bhiksha is begging. You need order to beg also. So you cannot beg, go and beg on your own. So Prabhu Agyaya. Prabhu means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji. So he has given me Agya, order. The Lord Chaitanya has given me order. And therefore I am begging to all of you that kindly serve Krishna, chant Krishna's name and preach Krishna's message. So Agyaya. So similarly, Sarang Thakur, he was ordered by the Lord, therefore he must comply with that order. Whoever I will see. So this point is always to be remembered. Prabhupada spoke about mood of preacher while he was going to USA, and this always, every preacher must as many times as possible meditate on this song. Because this is the song which brings empowerment to preach Krishna consciousness. And by his own example, Srila Prabhupada is teaching. Krishna tava punya have bhai, yehi punya karibe jabe, Radha Rani khushi habe, Dhruvayati boli tomatai. Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Sachisuta Priyayati Krishna Sevai Jaratulanai. Sei se Mahanta Guru Jagatera Madhevuru Krishna Bhakti Dei Thai Thai. He says that Krishna will be pleased when Radharani will be happy. And then how Radharani will be happy? He starts explaining the next verse. And Prabhupada said, my spiritual master, whose name is Sri Siddhanta Saraswati. Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Sachi Sutta Priyati. He is very dear to Lord Chaitanya. And no one can be a match in serving Krishna. Krishna Seva is Jartul. The quality and the quantity of service which my Guru Maharaj does to Krishna, no one can do that much. And Seise Mahanta Guru, Jagatir Madhyuru, they Krishna Bhakti, they time. My spiritual master is distributing Krishna consciousness all over the world, at each and every place. And my spiritual master has a desire. What was the desire? Tara ichha balavan paschate te than than hoye jate gaurangir nama. His desire, not desire, his strong desire. Ichha balvan. Balvan means strong desire. He is strong desire. There is desire and there is strong desire. That, what was the desire? Paschate than than. At each and every place in the Western world, ho jate gaurangir nam. His desire was Western world. That's why we also should think of Western world. Because Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's desire was not only in India but Western world. Paschate than than. Ho jate gaurangir nam. Prithivite nagaradi asamudra nada nadi shakaloi loye Krishna nama. All over the world, all over the earth, Prithivite nagaradi, all the towns and villages, the ocean, nada, nadi. Nada means small, you can say rivers, or nada, nala. And nadi means rivers. Asamudra, even in the oceans, Krishna's name will be chanted. Asamudra, samudra means inside the ocean. Nada nadi. Sagala ilai Krishna nam. And he says that was his desire, my spiritual master desire. And then he says that Tahale ananda hoye. Day will come when Tahale ananda hoye. Jabe hoye Digvijay, when we will become victorious. That day, when we will become victorious, that day will celebrate Ananda. And which day? What will be the sign of that victory? When we will start celebrating, what will be the sign of that victory? He says, Maya dushta jata dukhi, jagate sabaye sukhi, Vaishnavera ichha purna hoye. When Vaishnava's desire will be fulfilled, that will be the sign of victory. And what is the desire of the Vaishnavas? That all the suffering living entities which are being tortured, which are suffering, which are being made to suffer by Maya, all dukhi will become sukhi. So when you see all dukhi has become sukhi, that day will celebrate. That is celebration day. That day will sleep in peace, rest in peace. Before that you can sleep, but don't sleep peacefully. You just sleep so that you can wake up and preach. Don't sleep peacefully. Eh? Just like suppose some very materially affectionate family, they are very, very deeply affectionate to each other. And suppose some family member is suffering with some serious disease and crying, then can other family members sleep peacefully? Will they sleep peacefully? No. In your family somebody is suffering, painfully suffering. Can other family members sleep? No. So of course when they are tired they will sleep, but they will not sleep peacefully, happily, isn't it? So therefore, this is called why we should preach when this kind of connectedness we experience while keeping Krishna in the center. That every living entity are brothers, universal brotherhood. Not only devotees, but even those who are not devotees, they are also our brothers. Krishna is the father, seed-giving father. They all are connected to Krishna. So like that. So Prabhupada said that that day will be the victory day. When all dukhi will become se karya je koribare agya jadi dilo more jogya nahi ati dinahi na. My Guru Maharaj has given this order to do this service. What service? So Paschatiti Than. All the living entities who are dukhi become sukhi. So he has given this order. Do this work. Say karya. This work that make every dukhi sukhi. Go and make this every dukhi person sukhi. Say karya je kori bare agya jadi dilo mare. You have given me this order to do this service, but to deliver the living entity is not easy task. Therefore, yogya nahi. I am not qualified. I am feeling unqualified to do this service. This is a very key point. Srila Prabhupada is teaching by his own example. Missionary spirit with proper mood, proper culture, proper mood behind that spirit. Otherwise, we ourselves will need to get delivered. Someone requires to deliver us first. If we don't have this mood, that's why the false ego can creep in at any moment. So therefore, preaching is the job of the very highly advanced devotees, actually. Actually speaking, because always there is chance to get drowned in this kind of, false ego at any moment. For all of us, because that Guru Bhav, rather than Sisya Bhav, what can become predominating? Guru Bhav. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Daya karo Vaishnava Thakura Amita Vaishnav E buddhi hoilo Amani na habo ami Pratishtha sayasa Hridaya dusibe Haibo nirayagami Daya karo Vaishnava Thakura. This danger, that's why the preacher has to be very, very Careful. Careful. Those who are careful, they are prayerful. Those who are careful, they are prayerful. And those who are fearful, they are careful. Those who are fearful, they are careful. And Prabhupada said that fool's rusage where angels fears to tread upon. जहाँ देवता भी पैर रखने से डरते हैं वहाँ मूर्ख लोग दौड़ के जाते हैं. You see, in some area where there is lot of electric wires and all these things, there is one khopdi, skull, and written, danger, don't go. So those who are educated, they can read the label and understand that they become afraid. But the dogs enter, inside, you see. And out some fat sound will come and will come to know that they have died. So healthy fear, this is called healthy fear is very, very important. That's why Srila Prabhupada said that I have only one concern, that my only worry is that my disciples are not sufficiently afraid of Maya. So we are like, some devotee asks, should I hate Maya or should I love Maya? Because Maya is also energy of Krishna. Isn't it? If you hate Maya, it means you are hating Krishna. It's Krishna's energy, Maya. Devi Sagunamai, Mo Maya Duratteya. Krishna said that all three modes of material nature, they are created by me. So we should understand why Krishna creates Maya. He has some purpose. So therefore we should not hate Maya, because we should understand the purpose of creation of Maya. And so therefore devotee go to the another extreme. So means we should not hate Maya, Prabhuji. Oh, I was thinking that we should hate Maya. That's why whenever I see Maya, I become very angry. Now I understood I should love Maya. So you don't have to love Maya, you should be very careful. Because Lord Chaitanya says, Pisachini Maya. And like morning Radha was saying, Jiva jago, Gora chand bole, Kota nidra jao Maya, Pisachira kole. He says Pisachini Maya, Pisachini. So we should not love Maya, we should not hate Maya. So what should do? We should be very respectful from distance. Very careful, very fearful, fearful and careful and prayerful. So very fearful, not fearful means that we should not become casual. If you are fearful, sign of fearfulness is that we are not casual in dealing. We should be very careful. Just like if I tell you, go on the roof, and on the edge of the roof, you have to walk on this parapet wall. How careful you will. First you will not go at all. Prabhuji, I cannot go. I have full faith on you, but not this much. And even if you go there, you'll tell your friend, kindly catch my hand so that I should not fall, Anyway, I have to follow now. Sundar Gopal Prabhu has told us. So I have to follow his instruction, but then Kindly catch my hand so that I should not fall. Isn't it? You will tell, no? Some support you will have, isn't it? This is the sign of carefulness. Hmm? So similarly, this Srila Prabhupada is teaching us that, and Acharyas are teaching the proper mode. Missionary spirit, the enthusiasm to spread Krishna consciousness must be there. This is very, very important with proper mood. Proper mood, carefulness, and always prayerful also. Prayerful, like Srila Prabhupada is prayerful. He is asking for empowerment. Sei se tomar kripa magite chi anurupa aji tumi sabara pravina. Therefore I am begging your mercy. Without your mercy, I cannot do this. Fulfill your instruction. This is called nirbharta. This is called nirbharta. Dependency. Just like a child is always dependent. Similarly, a preacher is always dependent on his blessing of the predecessor acharyas. And he is so much dependent that he understands that without their mercy there is nothing can be done. And whatever is happening, little progress is only because of their mercy. You must have watched sometime cricket match. So when some cricketer star, he gets the man of the match, who receives the trophy? Bat or the cricketer? Cricketer. But who hits the ball? Bat. If ball comes on the cricketer, then what will happen? He will be retired hurt. So ball is coming on the bat, but bat is not getting the man of the match. Who is getting? The person who is playing. He is the one whose brain is there behind, isn't it? So similarly, we can become instrument. Nimitta matra bhava sabya sachi. Perfection. We all are imperfect. But we become perfect when we accept that we are imperfect. Of course, we should not become. There is difference between healthy fear and terror. You get terrorized. Like that. Prabhuji, if it is so risky, then why should we take the risk? No, it's not so risky also. Rather, it is a lot of blessing and mercy is there hidden inside. Like Prabhupada says, if you take care of others, I will take care of you. One devotee asked Prabhupada, how you have done so much for us, so how we can repay you? Prabhupada said, you can never repay me. Even in millions of lifetimes, what I have done for you. But you can try. You can try to repay by helping me in spreading Krishna consciousness. So who is preaching? Srila Prabhupada is preaching. Our superior, our spiritual masters are preaching. And what are we doing? Then we are simply assisting them, becoming instrument in their hands. So this is the spirit of preacher inside the heart. Externally he is, instructing, do this, do that, this, that. But internally he is always thinking that, I am incapable of doing anything. So always begging mercy of spiritual master, always remain dependent, like that. So this is the spirit of a preacher. And then when a preacher, and the Acharya, the Supreme Lord becomes so happy, we cannot even conceive how much happy they become when they hear such kind of heartfelt prayer from the preachers. That's what is love, That's what makes them ecstatic. This devotee, he is preaching, and then he is always remembering his superiors, He is always feeling dependent on the superiors, on the Lord. And they become so happy. You know? They are so happy, their heart fills with happiness, and then blessing flows like anything. And that's why Mangalacharan means what? Mangalacharan is this only. When we do Mangalacharan, then the parampara starts giving their blessing, you know. And if you do with heartfelt prayers, you know, that I cannot give the message, then we become instrument, parampara, the Prabhupada mercy comes and it flows through our heart. You know? So this is how, just so simple, just connect to the parampara. How? It's very easy. Very easy to connect to the parampara. How? Just with mood Mangalacharan. With the mood, Om Agyana Timirandhasya. Agyan means I am blinded person, you know, Agyan. You know, my eyes are blinded. And gratitude that you opened my eyes with torchlight of knowledge. That's what first Mangalacharan first verse is gratitude, expressing gratitude. And gratitude in the beginning, in the middle, and gratitude in the end. That is called Dhyayantuvantasya Yasas Trisandhyam. When we give lecture, start giving lecture, before that, take a moment. Not deep breathe, but deep gratitude. Isn't it? That is what empowerment comes from. And therefore, it says that Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhyate girim yat kripatam aham bande Sri Gurum din tarinam. That's where all preaching techniques appear. You know? Preaching methodology, preaching techniques, vision, plans of the parampara will be revealed. You know? We understand. So when we express this deep gratitude and love, and we beg for their mercy, dependency to our parampara, our spiritual master, our predecessor, not only that, even each and every devotee, the cook who is cooking in the kitchen, because without his support he cannot convince the boys. Isn't it? So generally those who give lecture, boys will always go and pay obeisance to the person who gave lecture, who is doing counseling, isn't it? And the cook, they will go and chastise. So it's the responsibility of the preacher to tell them that the cook is also equally contributing to your spiritual life. He is also your guru in one sense. Isn't it? And we don't do that because it's whose responsibility is to preach the glories of cook? Who is giving lecture? Because he is only giving lecture, others are simply, cook is cooking, he is not giving lecture. Whose responsibility is to glorify the contribution of temple president to the young boys? What my temple president, how much sleepless nights he is undergoing to maintain this temple? Whose responsibility it is? The one who is giving lecture. Isn't it? So a preacher should be very, very internally growing to see not only what he is doing, what is his contribution in making a person devotee, but how many people, each and every Vaishnava, in some directly, some indirectly, some behind the curtain, they are helping this mission to grow. When we understand this, and as much we understand, that much empowerment will come to preach. Along with the techniques and all these skills, what we are learning, strategies we are making, these all are important, but they are all big, big zero. And they all are valuable, important, become very important when we add this one thing. But if you put before it, you put 0 before 1, doesn't add any value, isn't it? But every 0 after 1 makes the value of 1 10 times, isn't it? So so we should not put these things before the main thing, and that is love, that is gratitude for Krishna, for spiritual master, for all the Vaishnavas. And not only theoretically, okay, so I think I should express my gratitude to, because Prabhuji has told us. I cannot see Prabhu anyway. What is his contribution? I made you devotee. Like once one devotee was sharing me that in one temple, a big preacher, leader, real incident it is, a big leader, he's a preacher, he had 316 round devotees chanting, initiated devotees under him, and he was guiding them. And then the spiritual master who had initiated all of them, he came, and they were all had become puffed up because of this kind of success. And he was telling all of them that, see, who has given you time? Who has guided you? Who has made you devotee? I have spent time. Of course, who has made you got initiated from your spiritual master? So your spiritual master, the spiritual master contribution is not much. I am your spiritual master. And then when spiritual master came, Maharaj came and he said, I heard that you are teaching like this. And he called then he said, yes, what's wrong I am teaching? It's fact. I have cultivated them. You have just one day you came and gave name and like that. He is not able to see the contribution. That's why you don't see by these eyes, you don't see it hear by these ears. That's why we need a spiritual vision, to see everyone's contribution. What is contribution? And then the spiritual master called his disciples and he asked them, see, you all are to be very careful. Your guide is misguiding you. He tried to convince them, save them. Then the disciples are also telling, Guru Maharaj, what is your contribution? He is the one who has cultivated. He has trained them in such a way. He is the one who has cultivated. He is the one who has spent sleepless nights for us. And spiritual master's tears are coming from his eyes. What kind of disciples they are. So really speaking, we are not able to see everyone's contribution. Sometimes the contributions are in a transcendental way. We cannot see. Like here we are here, But we may be using so many things, but we cannot see, because to see that, we have to genuinely pray, then things will be revealed to us, that what contributions, they have. To that also, puffed up people cannot understand, So that's why it's very, very important that we understand this gratitude for each and every devotee, how they are contributing in my preaching. Srila Prabhupada is not guiding anybody today. Is he guiding any one of us? Is your council has met even one day? At least Guru Maharaj came and one day he gave. But Prabhupada, he will not one day. He wrote some books long back and then he went. It's almost 50 years back, isn't it? Then somebody, what is contribution of Srila Prabhupada? Even this, he doesn't come in front of us, and even doesn't bother to speak to us. How can you see the contribution? And what about, forget about, what about Krishna? He came 5,000 years back. And he says, surrender to me. How can you see, understand that he is compassionate? How can you understand? Krishna is not directly guiding us. Krishna is not directly doing anything else. But we have to understand that all these arrangements is being done by Krishna. We have to understand that spiritual master may not be directly guided, but all these arrangements is being done by him. When we were not even knowing ABCD, they are the one who are planning how to teach everyone. So this kind of heart, grateful heart, gratitude, when we have for each and every devotee, this is the ultimate technique, like Raj Prabhu was saying yesterday. Same point, he was emphasizing gratitude. That opens your heart. That opens our heart, makes it favorable, and then mercy flows like anything. So that grateful heart, how much? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya sakta mana partha yoga yunjan madasraya asansayam samagram mam yatha gyasyasi tat srinu. He said, Parth, you attach your mind to me, asakti, in affection. You become affectionate to me. And we teach devotee how we can become affectionate to Krishna. And Krishna says, I will give you the knowledge by which you become affectionate to me. By how we develop asakti to Krishna, attachment? By knowledge, by hearing. Tat srinu, by hearing. What? What do you have to hear? Asansayam samagram mam. Jnanam teham savijnanam. I will give you knowledge and practical knowledge also. And the whole 7th chapter, Krishna is explaining what? Whole 7 chapters. Umirapanalo vayu khammano buddhirevacha ahankar te bhinna prakritim ashtada. He says all these elements, every day you are eating, what is that? These are all my 8 elements, which is my property. Bina prakriti, me prakriti, ashtada, 8 types of elements which you are eating, 1,000 types of food. Who has made all this? These are all my elements. My elements. You are enjoying whatever, 3 modes of material nature. Even the jiva is my superior energy. Inferior energy and superior energy. Jiva bhutam mahabaho jayadam dharete jagat. Then Krishna is matta prataram nanyat kinti chasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigada. Everything rests on me. I am doing everything. You can't see. Therefore you should see by reading 7th chapter. I am letting you see. Sutra manigada. I am like sutra, dhaga in the garland. You cannot see dhaga? No, you cannot see dhaga. But still you should see that sutra and have that gratitude. We cannot love Krishna unless we understand how Krishna loves us. When we understand how Krishna loves us, then we can understand, we can also reciprocation. We reciprocate by loving Krishna. Oh, Krishna loves us so much. And we should, like Raj Prabhu was steady telling, that how Krishna loves us. We should meditate on this point. How many ways? And I could not develop affection to such a personality who loves us, and then he remains behind. He doesn't come to tell, Prabhu, you know how much I love you? This, I did it, this. You are eating today, Prasad? That is my energy, okay? And you are breathing, how many cylinder you are using, LPG? This is all my energy. So you should understand. And why did you not come for Mangalarti? What do you think yourself? I will stop supply of LPG. If Krishna comes and does like that, every day people will come. Out of fear, isn't it? But Krishna says, no, I don't want fearful love. Artificial love. That's why he made it rahasya. Idam te guhyatamam jnanam. Don't tell to anybody, Arjuna. I am telling you only. This is rahasya. They don't tell. What is the rahasya? There is no rahasya, but he said people are envious, so they cannot understand. That's why Krishna wants us to love him. If Krishna says that you love me, so somebody, what kind of God he is? He is himself telling that everyone should love him. No, if father tells his child, my son, you should touch my feet. So it's not that father is wrong, it's child is nonsense, rascal, that he even doesn't know how to respect father. Father has to tell him to respect father. So who is the rascal? It's the child, isn't it? Father has to remind him. Whole life he has worked to, worked hard to earn money and, give birth and raise the child and, educate him, and then so much he has done. Child automatically should feel grateful, isn't it? But because he doesn't have this much sense also, father has to remind him. And in spite of reminding, he doesn't do. So that's like Krishna's contribution in our life. Whole Bhagavad Gita, if you read carefully, Krishna is telling again and again this same point. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagat bhasa yate khilam yat chandramasi yachagnav tat tejo vidhi mamakam. Aham vaisvanaro bhutva praninam deham asritah. Krishna said, I am digesting your food. If I don't digest, whole night it will catch your stomach. Krishna. So much gas will come inside. So we should remember, today I am healthy because of Krishna. Raso aham apsu kanteya prabhasmi sasi suryayo. I am the taste of water, you are drinking water, because I am there. It's my taste you are enjoying. Therefore, what's the problem? Why don't you remember me? So when we go deeply with, understand Krishna's feeling, emotion behind, and how much he cares for even conditioned soul like us, who have no affection for Krishna. So similarly, Krishna may not direct. Why he is not coming directly? Because he doesn't want us to. No, because we don't want him to come. We don't want to interfere him in our life, so he doesn't come. Okay, I am behind. But when a soul cries, my Krishna, dear Krishna, come, then Krishna comes, helps everything, he arranges everything. And similarly, all acharyas, their love. Jeyanilo prema dhana karuna prachur heno prabhu kotha gela acharya thakur. That love, prema dhan, karuna and prema dhan, they have brought, and that continuing. They have not only brought, but they have made arrangement. Even if they depart, it will continue, guiding the world. All the arrangements, although they have left, but they have not left us with their system which they have developed in this world. Guru Parampara system, they are there with us. They are taking care of us. And that system, entire system of Guru Parampara is the gift of Krishna. And he's taking care through the system. So these are all wonderful. And when we understand this through the scriptures, then our gratitude, our love, emotions should come. That is ultimately we should have deep emotion, not to display the emotion in public and make a selfie or viral video and make it viral. That's not the purpose. But it's like that's the goal. That when we understand this Krishna's love. Similarly, our spiritual, each and every devotee, their contribution, that's what will create harmony. That will create harmony. Source of harmony is to recognize the contribution of each and every devotee in our life. In our service also. In our life, in our service. How each devotee, suppose in Mangal Arati, if Pujari doesn't dress the Lord, doesn't open the curtain, you come and stand with all your youth boys, and curtain is not open. Okay, you go. Will they experience the bliss of Mangal Arati, the boys? No. So this is very important. Even the Pujari who is opening, he is also doing youth preaching. Simple. Isn't it? Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So kindly forgive me if I have spoken out of my capacity and eligibility. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, you have any question? I would request Rajasam Prabhu also to kindly correct if anything gone wrong during my speech. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class, enlightening us, and we have to be fearful, then careful, and then prayerful. So it was a wonderful teaching. Prabhuji, my question was like, with so many of years of your teaching, so I am able to see also different models at different places. So there is a model like in which there is a lot of accommodation, like the boys may not be chanting many rounds, they may be just willing to stay with the devotees, and I see there are bases where it will be accommodated. And there are models there we are very strict, like those who actually come to the right standard, then only we make them come in association with the devotees. So how, like you would have seen both the thing, and how in your experience accommodating also can give better results in the future? Yeah, we have to be follow that also, that only. And second thing, I am able to see the competition which is happening in the preachers also, that we want to reach to the best college, IIT, NIT, and we feel ki there only we can get the best results. And it is also, we are able to see in a practical way also, this is what happens also, where the intelligent boys are there, they are able to take to our preaching very nicely, and the result also comes good. So the question remains the same, that how is it like the accommodating nature also will work out, and even reaching out to the masses, even BSc, BA students also could be a fruitful result. So in your experience, you can guide us so that our attitude can bring out like preaching to both the audience and accommodating nature also, yeah, should go focus on that.
It's like complementary to each other. It's not a contradictory. It's complementary. You cannot reach to the masses unless you have dedicated, intelligent devotees. How will you organize the programs? To organize the program, you need intelligent people who are intelligently organized, So, to manage temples, you need a devotee who have capabilities also. Competence and character, both are required. Competent devotee. It's not that those who are not educated, they are not competent. But their competency can be in different way. Like how some devotees who are not very from IIT, but they can play mridanga like anything. Huh? And those who are from IIT, they can keep whole life, they will remain tere kheta karte rahe. They are from IIT. They cannot progress beyond tere kheta. So for playing mridanga, they have to bring that fellow who is not educated, but he has different kind of intelligence. You understand? He is also intelligent, musical intelligence, artistic intelligence. There are varieties of intelligences. So they may have different types of intelligence. But we should have intelligence to see their intelligence. That is called spiritual intelligence. So see everyone's intelligence. You should have spiritual intelligence. So that way. So both are required, and some pujaris are there, many things, So Krishna, that's why Krishna has created diversity. Krishna has created diversity. Different kind of people, those who are like academically qualified, we need them also. They can preach to the scientific community, intelligent class of people. So like that. And they are not contradictory to each other. They are all complementary to each other. They complement each other. That's how we have to see that vision. And when we become narrow-minded, ayam nijah paro veti, gananam laghu chetasam. My way is highway. My way of doing preaching is best. That's not spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence is that, yes, I am also doing and I can learn from others. Like I have seen many times, many senior devotees. They are always eager to learn from even juniors. Many times I met personally Prabhu. I know he is so qualified, but he personally tested. I want to know how you are doing this. Come and do this kind of, train them in Pune. This is called learning, spirit. Not that he lacks, but just spirit, you see, the mood. That's what we have to learn. He is so qualified. He can do anything. He can create anything, but it's not, greatness is not doing everything, creating ourselves, but appreciating others who are doing something wonderful thing. That's little different thing, devotional, makes us devotional. So similarly, we should not compete with each other, but we should appreciate each other. Something unique is there in somebody, we appreciate that. And in the garden, suppose all the flowers have same color, that will be appreciative, or there are different variety of colors flowers. Variety, or only we go for prasad, only one rice item is there. Will that be good, or you need many variety? Variety. So similarly, this is the variety. Variety of methods of preaching. You got the point? And all are required. All are important. And it's not, do not think that those who are doing mass preaching, they don't do class preaching. Your mass preaching will not be sustainable if you don't do class preaching. Because to sustain that, you should have intelligent people. There should be a mix of the talents, isn't it? Otherwise, who will organize? Like these big festivals we did, in Udgar. To organize all this festival, plan and, coordinate everything. We cannot just do festival in registration and bring and execute. No, we need intelligent devotees. You got the answer? Thank you. So we'll stop here, and because we have other programs aligned. Thank you so much. And I request Raj Prabhu if you can.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful class. Sundar Prabhu, three nice takeaways for me. You sang that song very beautifully, Krishna Japa Punya Habe. And it was very heart-touching to see how the acharyas are compassionate and, to the suffering souls. And we should not be just complacent ourselves. And, so taking the mood of the acharyas, we should be compassionate. That was one very good point. Then followed by that, you said that in the name of showing compassion, we should not become, consider oneself the doer. One should become. That was a very striking example. If Sachin Tendulkar is hitting a sixer, you don't appreciate the ball. You don't appreciate the bat, you appreciate the person. That was a very nice point. Similarly, we just become instrument in the hands of the parampara. So the parampara and Krishna should be glorified, and one should be willing to act as an instrument in the hands of the acharyas. That was a very good point. And thirdly, you told about how while preaching or living in the temple, all of us as devotees should be united by having that ability to see the unique qualities in every jiva awarded by Krishna. Somebody is a good mridangam player, somebody is a singer, somebody is a speaker, somebody is a pujari. And everyone's contribution is needed for making the preaching successful. One should not think high of oneself, and one should not belittle others. So you beautifully brought it to the core theme of the verse that you took today. Glorifying the acharyas for their compassion and sharing with us how we should be instruments in their hands, and not just instrument but a cooperative instrument. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Radhashyam Prabhu. So, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthiraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.